going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my FunctionOfSpeed channel. As you can see, there have been pretty big changes in the garage. They're working on getting it set up into something a little bit more professional, a little less junk everywhere. And I mean, I still have plenty of it. You know the old saying of 10 pounds of shit. Got the jigsaw back, that's good stuff, but that's not the project of the day. Right now the project of the day is going to be welding up my buddy's frame. It's for a Kawi 636. I think it's a like 05, 04 vintage, I can't recall. But he's have some of the typical steering head kind of starting to separate here. He's already had it repaired once right on that crack. Same thing over on this side. This is not a repair, that's just where it's starting to break out. Much less severe. But yeah, he's a hell of a stunter. He grew up here in the Orlando area and really started to raise the... He was there a part of the whole stunt scene as it was taking off here, probably damn near 10 years ago. So yeah, he definitely puts his steering neck through some severe duty with coming down from the good old wheelies. Yeah, so what we're going to try to do here is produce a good repair for him. We're going to end up drilling out this crack. The problem this failed just like this is I'm willing to bet the last guy that repaired this, all he did was maybe clean up the crack and he just laid a bead on it, which he did a pretty good job, and just called it happy. But what we're going to do is we're going to end up drilling each end of this crack, so we kind of get rid of that stress riser. This is kind of a scenario where if you had a sheet of paper and you pulled on two corners of it, well, not diagonal corners, but corners on a single side, it has a pretty good amount of tension you can put on it before it tears. But if you went to the center of the paper and you just clipped a tiny little V in it, something that allows you to, it ends up focusing all of the stress, all of the tension on that one point, the paper fails way sooner than if it didn't have that little cut. So that's what's happening here. We've got these little cuts on the end, even underneath the weld, that when it starts to tension on it or starts putting stress on that seam again, that's exactly where the crack will begin to precipitate again. So what we're going to end up doing is drilling out each end of this. We're going to carve out the weld so we can get down into the base material. So we'll probably end up taking out all of this the guy put in previously. We'll V out the weld slightly. Just with aluminum, it tends to keyhole pretty quickly, so we just need to get down to paper thin down there at the bottom of the V. We don't actually need to open it completely. Same thing over here. We'll end up drilling this one. We'll probably end up taking about probably 3/16 bit on each side of this, something where we can get our tungsten down in to do some good welding. We'll get this welded back up for him. I'm trying to convince him to let me gusset these, like take a piece of 1/4 inch plate, like a little triangle here, just so we can tie the motor mounts into the frame again. Something to keep this from happening, because this frame was heat treated previously from the factory, and when we come in here and we start welding, we're just destroying any kind of heat treat that's on this. All the tempers are gone. It will not return like steel. So it'd be nice if we could put an additional gusset in here to keep it from failing in the future. I mean, we're just going to have like a little gummy section right here after we're done welding, so we'll see. I'll make a mock-up for him and see what he thinks. Yeah, that's it, guys. Yeah, we'll break down on what's changed in here. I got workbench completed, obviously, so I finally get a vise, finally get a bench grinder. I already hurt myself with my bench grinder because I'm an idiot. I got to set up my Fordham, which is kind of like an industrial Dremel, if you will. I mean, so much higher quality than Dremel, and it's got the neck that comes with it. So it's just a much better piece, all speed control in the foot. Thank you, parents, thank you, mom, thank you, dad, contributing to the cause. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get set up here. I'm going to take care of, I don't know, showing you the drill out where I'm going to drill this thing, get some of the images of me V'ing it out, and yeah, see where this goes. Let's not burn this shit up.